read the title right. Kira Ryusuke is coming back to Blue Lock, and this entire thing has to do with the wild card. You know, that thing that was made out to be a big deal but just turns people emo? Like seriously, 1 goal and cuddling Shidu all game, and yet he's meant to be the next Noah. Kunigami is a joke. Bro ghosted for the last 20 chapters and reappeared in chapter 292 just to win a header. So, because of how cheeks Kunigami is, my theory is that the wildcard wasn't only for stage 2, but in fact, there's been a wildcard before the one with Kunigami. Yes, that's right, there was a wildcard in stage 1 of Blue Lock. See, now I know some of you may think that's a pretty big stretch, commenting your whole theory is based on Kunigami just being garbage, and whilst that is a big factor, it's not the whole basis. So what makes me think that Kira is coming back to Blue Lock after the end of the NEL? Well, one of the big details that could foreshadow this comeback is the volume cover. As in the volume cover, Kira, who hasn't been seen since chapter 2 pretty much. Hi guys, it's me, post record. This is the first time you're seeing me. This isn't eyeshadow, it's a black eye. I got attacked by Natsu because I said that Chiri isn't a femboy. But the reason I'm showing myself is because I want to apologise that the stuff you're about to hear for like the next minute doesn't actually make any sense, because the manga panel isn't actually a manga. It was just an old video of Kira and Isagi that I missed up for a volume cover. So if you want to skip to the time frame there, you can do so, and you continue watching the theory. Apologies, but I hope you continue to watch. Also, if you can't remember that far back, there's a video in the top right of your screen now with a full breakdown of the first day of Blue Lock. Anyway, Kira is now front and centre, standing behind Isagi as if he's a rival, which is pretty weird for him to appear after such a long time in such a prominent position on the volume cover, unless the author had some plans in mind for him in the future. And he's also in the Blue Lock playing kit, not the training tracksuit we saw at the start of the show, so why would they make a design of him if they didn't have any plans for him to be using that kit in the future? The second part of my theory, and the most interesting part of this theory, is that Kira is ego. No, I don't mean that Kira is actually a 40-year-old man in a disguise and he's been wearing like some skin suit, but that wouldn't surprise me with how creepy some of these ego panels are. Like, look at your screen, that's pretty creepy. Now, I don't actually think he's ego, I actually mean he's a reflection of ego. Now, why do I think this? I think this because it's the polar opposite of Noah, which is what the second wildcard, as shown in the manga, was meant to produce, as they made emo Kunigami, which the whole premise of that wildcard was to recreate a striker who was almost a copy of Noah. So I think the first wildcard was meant to create a replica of Ego. This is due to recently in the manga we finally got it confirmed that Ego and Noah were rivals. But due to none of the young players in Blue Lock knowing Ego was actually a player, we can assume that he got injured early in his career, maybe at around 20 years old, because he seems to have a lot of connections within the Japanese football community around the under-20 team. However, to be known as the best striker in the world's rival, he must have been pretty good, so it would make sense for Ego to try and create a copy of himself. And I think this was his backup plan for if Blue Lock lost the U20 game, he still had a striker that was meant to play for the under-20 team for Japan, as well as now having a bigger ego and greater talent like Ego was back in his playing days. So I believe that stage 1 wildcard was for everyone that got kicked out of the football tag game, and potentially even everyone who lost in the group stage matches, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. However, either way, by far the best player out of the group was Kira, so there's no doubt in my mind he would win the wild card. As well as this, we saw that even though he opposed Ego's ideology originally, when Isagi kicked Kira out of Blue Lock, you could see his true ego come out. So maybe after realising his closest friend in Blue Lock would betray him, it caused Kira to snap, therefore he realised his true ego. And I think this is fully possible, as we saw how the hero Kunigami came out the wild card. That complete shift in personality and their beliefs after losing everything is shown to be possible. So I believe that we will get a very vengeful Kira when he comes back to Blue Lock, with only destroying Isagi in his mind, because obviously Isagi doesn't have enough haters already. If you made it this far into the video, I'm going to assume you're not hate watching me. So if you like the video, let me know by liking it and subscribing, as well as let me know any other content you'd like to see by commenting down there below, as it really helps push my content out to other people. And whilst we're on this topic, I really want to say thank you so much for all the views and support on my last 2 videos. I hit over 1,000 views, which I didn't ever think I'd do, so it really means a lot to me. I'm also trying to make a every match in Blue Lock ranked video, so let me know if that's something you'd like to see by commenting down below. as well as also comment your theories on how you think Kira's going to come back and if you believe he will come back to Blue Lock. Anyway, my third point, whilst not as interesting as my second, it makes the most sense. He's coming back because he's a fan favourite. It's that simple. He was in the show for just 2 episodes and was called the Jewel of Japanese Soccer. That nickname alone made people believe that he was going to be the best player in the show. So, if people loved him that much and he was meant to be that good, think about it. If people like the Monk have made it this far, it's purely because he's a popular character and people like to make fun of him, so they keep him in. So when people constantly theorise and talk online about Kira when he's coming back, quite literally what I'm doing right now, his character is in demand. So why wouldn't they bring him back? It's literally what they did to Kunigami, a fan favourite who had to lose to show how brutal the Blue Lock system is, but got brought back to please fans. So with Blue Lock's fanbase at an all-time low due to Season 2 being over, and besides, other than the last episode, Season 2 was awful, like it was just a slideshow. And currently the PXG game in the manga has been dragged out for over a year, and people don't even care at this point. Like, fuck me. It looks like Ness is about to score the final goal. That's how you know the manga is cooked. So why not bring back a massive player that has so much character development and so much potential, as well as high levels of skill, who would not only directly affect Isagi's mental, but also him physically. It makes so much sense, as it would boost the manga sales and the viewers' feelings about Blue Lock, which are currently at an all-time low. Overall, whilst this may be only a theory for now, I think in the next arc of Blue Lock we are bound to see a return from Kira, with hopefully the NEL art being done in the next few chapters, but with how long the game's been going on, who can tell when it's been done. However, I still think Kira is definitely going to be involved in the future of the manga and anime, as he's too good of a character to not bring back, and with subtle hints of him coming, like the volume cover, it's bound to happen sooner or later. Like, any of you guys ever watch any of those crime shows where they show like a glimpse of a character, so like you know they're going to be important in the future? I think that's what they're trying to do with Kira. But whether or not Kira comes back to play for Blue Lock or goes off to play for another country, who knows, but I am certain he will be back. Damn, I just finished recording this video and reflecting on it. It's kind of like making my old Gojo videos with all the copium I'm spreading. But nonetheless, Kira isn't a Kit Kat, so he has a chance of coming back. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know by commenting down below your thoughts of this theory. Do you agree with me, or do you think Kira was just there to show how brutal Blue Lock is? Please like and subscribe, as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm and it helps push out my video for more people to see. As what I mentioned earlier, look out for videos coming like me ranking every match in Blue Lock and who will make it through the final NEL top 23 rankings.